Slightly inspired. Fight.
Bro.
Okay. Oh my god. This is
This is ska.
Alright, should we do a 1, 2, 3 sync?
Yeah, okay, who wants to lead it?
How is this
One.
gonna work?
Shut up, just
2.
clap on 3. No, stop.
Okay.
Clap on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
That wasn't on 3.
No, you guys did it. You went after 3.
Oh, wait.
fucking perfectly synced it with my audio, what?
After 3.
This better be
No,
included
on
in it,
3,
I
I
swear
guess.
to
Yeah,
God.
on 3.
On 3, okay.
This is a clip.
What? Stop. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Fucking
Who
hell.
went late? Alright, let's go. Let's
No,
begin.
we got it. Yeah, we're fine.
Fuck,
It
figure
doesn't
it out.
matter.
I'll just listen and line it up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the first recording of episode 2 of The Bridge. I'm Kendrick.
I'm Zach.
I'm Eric.
I'm Trevor.
I'm gay.
Yep.
I mean,
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats.
Tasteful iDubbbz reference, 2022.
This is
Awesome.
how he comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
I'm
is
glad
how I
you're
do it.
deciding to do it on the real episode 2 of The Bridge.
The only episode.
The only episode.
Yeah, we only have 2.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, welcome back to the podcast with a bunch of white guys that talk about stuff they don't really know about.
Also known as all of the podcasts.
Also,
ever.
it's really funny. I
All
think
of them.
it's really funny because Stephen puts in religion in the topic channel.
And then he's not here.
And now he's not
here.
I would have got into a heated argument with him this time around since I'm already just so riled up.
Bruh.
It would have been
Yeah.
all funny.
Yeah, it would have been really
I'm
fun.
really curious, like, what he had in mind when he put religion into the topic dump.
Knowing Steven, it probably would have just been taking a dump on the Catholic faith, because he really hates Catholics.
Same.
To be fair, everyone should hate the Catholics.
But see, that's why I didn't want to get into it. I was like, we shouldn't even bring up religion. You know, maybe
If you're Catholic, I'm sorry. But,
if you
like,
believe in the
No, I'm
afterlife,
not, don't
right
worry.
on, then right on, man. But like, as like, religion is a touchy subject, and I'm an angry man about religion. So how about we don't talk about it?
No, yeah, fair
So,
enough.
anyways, welcome back to episode 2. Since all of that
The
before
third
was
intro
cut.
now. No, it's not cut. That's staying in.
no.
That's gonna stay in. That's gonna stay in. All right.
Normally
Anyways,
we will.
to start this off, probably let's just start off with the first thing on the list. Nice and easy. We'll just talk about the orange scooters part 2. Did we actually have more information on this?
Technically, yes, I have more information on this now.
No,
Let's
hear it.
go. Talk about it.
So basically, from what I was told, is that it is not actually shit wages, and you do not have to use your own gas money like we thought it was.
Okay.
Fog.
You get paid bare minimum wage for it, but you do make money on it.
Hey.
Hmm.
Oh, do you get to
Which-
like just pick your own allotted hours that you work, and then you get paid 15
yes.
for that hour? Oh,
Yes.
That's not awful.
All you have to do is
No, it's
drive it
not.
back to a warehouse, and it charges there, and you get paid to sit there while it's charging. So honestly, it actually seems like a reasonable job, comparatively speaking to what we thought it was going to be.
Right on. That's not too bad.
Jobs like that were destined for a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, to like have one or the Steam
Yeah.
Deck.
Just
Yeah, or Steam
you
Deck
know,
or whatever.
if you have
Oh,
the,
they
like,
also
those.
rolled out the bikes finally. I saw that.
Did?
I saw a couple
really?
of the bikes. Yeah, and also, okay, hold on. One thing that you talked about on the last episode, Mason, is that you would be too big for the bike for the scooter. You would
Did
not
I?
be. Yeah, you
no,
did.
those things are
They're
massive.
Yeah,
huge.
What?
And I also saw a massive dude riding one when I was
I
on my way
saw-
home from work.
I was out for smoke break at work, and peering through the alley, I saw a conga line of two scooters with 2 people on each one, going down the road. So they're fucking double deckering on these fucking scooters, which no way you're allowed to do that.
No,
But I
definitely
saw that, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Like, just that's how you cheat the system.
not. Absolutely. Oh,
22
and
bucks
I
an
also
hour? Nah.
recently found out that for this specific company that's making these scooters, and this might be a little bit too specific, but they made it like we are the trial city for this
Yes.
company, and they
Oh,
did
that's
in fact
interesting.
make these scooters specifically for the hill, so they can get up and down it.
Oh.
I've yet
That's
actually-
I've yet
I
to
didn't know
use them
that.
yet. Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool. I was looking into it a little bit more, and I was like, that's a nifty little thing, nifty idea.
I don't know. My favorite
glad we're efficient.
scooter story was the fact that one of our coworkers got one rented for him and was just left in the back of his truck. That was my favorite.
Like someone rented
Wait,
it for him?
Someone rented it for him for like an hour and just left it in the back of his truck.
Oh, that's funny. Also,
Yeah.
not how you spell his name, but that's
No,
funny.
I know, but also
you
I'm
got
not really paying attention. But
No, I
it's
love
just
it.
really
They-
funny how he just got one and was left for him.
They'll just like chuck garbage in the back of his truck.
Yes,
sometimes.
yes, they will.
It's kind
Is
of
this
funny.
who I'm thinking of? No.
Yeah,
It's not.
it probably is.
Is
It
it?
probably is.
Is
The
it someone that
character-
I definitely know?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. then
The
I know who
only
you're
other
talking about.
person you know that works
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was thinking. It's like the only other person I know that works at that place. Nice. That's right on. Cool. Okay, in the first episode, I totally missed a name drop of where we are, which I thought was pretty funny. And then I had to use the YouTube editor
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
saw that too.
to cut it
I
out.
mean,
I thought.
Nice.
I mean, I thought the whole point of the naming of the
Yeah.
podcast was because that was going to be
Yeah.
unknown information.
Everyone knows
Well-
we live in San Francisco
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
with all
I
the
mean,
hills
that is another
With
famous
the
bridge
hills.
with
With all the
hills.
hills and the orange scooters and such
and
like
the
that.
fecal matter lying on the streets. That's a thing, right?
That's pretty true, yeah.
That's more of a New Yorker thing, though.
Yeah, true. Us
Forget about-
Americans, us Americans here, we know where the shit on the streets are.
Am I okay?
1000%.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you guys have no fucking clue what a Canadian accent is?
Well, considering we're
well, I mean,
American, we do
Asi-
know.
aside from the stereotypical bullshit one.
No, absolutely.
I
Well, okay,
feel
yeah,
like-
but no, there totally is.
No, wait, what is the stereotypical
Like-
bullshit
like-
one?
You know, like
What do
I
you
mean, it's
mean?
not
You know the
bullshit.
one.
People
Just
talk
listen to
like it.
Letterkenny, then you understand.
Yeah, like that kind of
Oh,
almost
okay.
southern drawl, but not because you're north.
It depends. It depends on what you are.
Northern
If
drawl.
you're from Newfoundland, you have an accent, and it can.
Yeah,
it can
it's
or-
very much. It very much relates to what area you're from.
Yeah, but hell, I think even we would compared to
Yeah.
other places because we're pretty Western.
I
Yeah.
genuinely get annoyed when I'm playing
Y'all.
like CS:GO or whatever. Not very common that this happens, but it has happened. And I'll like say something, and someone will just be like, "Hey, Canadian," and it's like, oh,
How the
what?
fuck do you know?
How do you know? And
I don't know. Like
I
I'm
genuinely-
listening to you now. I feel like you sound American to me.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what. That's what. You know what? That's one thing I
Us
think. too.
Americans here.
Like
Yeah,
you don't
us-
sound
all of us
like
Americans.
explicitly Canadian.
No, I think where I'm going with this is I think that we are all kind of ear deaf to our. I mean,
Well,
no
yeah.
shit, we are
Absolutely.
because we are
Absolutely.
surrounded by it. That's kind of how accents and shit like that work. You don't
Yeah,
even
you know.
really
Yeah.
think about it. But like, it's just weird. I don't know.
You're
Like,
weird, man.
I got all
But no, I
nasally
get it.
there for a second.
It's just weird.
Weird.
Okay, so there's one thing that you put in the topic channel that I don't understand, Kendrick, is like, what do you mean by visual meters? That's why I put the question.
Oh, that's
Okay.
It's
the
like I
triple
don't
fan.
understand what visual meters means.
I know. I saw you put that back in with the question mark, and I kind of chuckled. But it's basically, it was a topic from like the J Schlatt podcast, like the Chuckle Sandwich podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea of it is essentially that if you could have, like, if you could see essentially any statistic that you can't otherwise see, like for instance, how many times you farted in your life, or just any sort of like
okay, yeah.
rare sort of statistic, like what would you want to see? You know what I mean?
I
Like
don't know.
how many times people have masturbated to you could be one.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's it. That's the one. That's what I want to see. I want to see how
What
many
if it
times.
stays
Nice.
at
I want-
zero for your whole
If it
life?
stays at 0, I'm both gonna be. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be. I'm gonna be heartbroken because what the fuck.
That
man.
is ceaseless motivation, though.
But yeah, but at the same time, if it's more than 0, I don't imagine people are fucking busting one out to me. So
What's the scary number? How big would the number have to be for you to be genuinely scared?
any number, I'm
I
worried
mean,
about any of them.
yeah.
I like because I just don't know who's doing it, and I'm like, I guess
Yeah,
whatever.
one day-
What if you saw
One
like,
day it's gonna go from a 0 and you'll see it, and then the next time you look at it, it's gonna be a 1, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm gonna be
Zero?
like, who the fuck?
to 32,000?
That'd be kind of cool.
Oh my god.
That would be awesome. That
You
many
walk
it wouldn't
there,
even matter at that point because there's so many. If it's like a smaller number, then now I'm thinking I got to be like, who? It has to be someone that knows me.
I think
Like
it would
who is masturbating to me? Like who would want to do that? Carrot Top.
I mean, I probably would.
What would you? Nice, thanks, man. I appreciate it. See, it's not creepy when it comes from you, but if it's like some old dude that's like fat and bald, sitting in his
Oh,
fucking chair. At
I know
home.
the exact person who would be.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I know who one person would be. It would be. If it went up one, I know who it would have been.
Is it the? I'm thinking of one specific
Yeah, it would have been that.
experience
It
you
would have been that.
had.
Yeah, it would have been that one guy that
yeah.
that would not let up.
Can we tell that story on the podcast?
Yeah, we could totally tell that story at some point. Maybe even now.
Save it for the Patreon.
Yeah, a Patreon exclusive. So, a long time ago, at an old place of work of mine, when I was like, I don't know, 16, something like that. I was young. I was a younger individual. I'm like 22 now. There was this guy that asked for some help with some ladders, I believe. I don't remember the story as well as I used to, but anyways, he was asking for some help with some ladders. And I just thought it was just like a regular customer and all that. And so I was like, yeah, sure. He had a lot of questions. A lot of them I can't remember, but they're like specific. And I was like, this is kind of weird, man. It's a ladder. Just, I don't know. You walk up it, use it what it's intended for, But as it went on and on, I was just like, man, this is a really drawn out conversation. I was like, there's no reason for this conversation about a ladder to keep going on this long. But he eventually says to me, you're very beautiful. And then instantly at that moment, I was like, thanks. Thanks, man. And, it wouldn't be the first time I've been flirted with and from a guy, but like, I was just like, I didn't know. It's so weird. It was such a weird thing, and to bring it up out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, that's why he's been talking to me for so long.
Helps
I was like,
everyone stuck in a ladder.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was, of course, surprised, but kind of flattered. Have to be. At least I was good looking enough for somebody to want to flirt with me. But at first I was like, yeah, cool. Oh, thanks, man. Then he asked if he could take a picture with me. Like I was wearing a name tag, so he knew my name, or at least the first name. And then he asked me if he could take a picture with me, and I was like, that's kind of weird. No. I was like, I don't know. Why would I want to do that? I was like, I don't really know you, man. He's like, I just think you're really attractive, and I was like, hey, I don't swing that way. I'm flattered, but I'm not into that personally. But he would not give up, and he asked me if I wanted to go out to dinner after work, and it's just really weird. But eventually I was like, no, man. Then I was like, I gotta go help somebody else, blah blah blah. And I didn't think much of it after that point. I was like, that's kind of weird. I was like, that's like the first time I've ever had someone ask me out on a date at my place of work. But anyways, I didn't even realize it for like the first week that it was happening, but I kept getting this call from just some random number, and like this text, and I didn't know who it was. I was like, huh? I don't remember. He told me his name, but I couldn't remember his name. But I was like, I don't really know, and like, I didn't answer it because I don't normally answer my phone because I don't like talking to people. But I go in. I think it's like I come in after like a day off or something like that, and like my coworker, the first thing he says to me, he's like, that guy that is in here? Yeah, he keeps coming in and like phoning and asking if you're working. I was like, that's kind of weird. Do you tell him no? And he's like, yeah, but he doesn't let up. And then for like the next like 2 weeks or something like that, for a decent period of time, he just doesn't leave me alone. He calls my work all the time. He fucking asks specifically for me each and every single time, to the point where we had to start saying no. I'm not here, or I don't work there anymore. But then he would come in to see me and to try to find me. And like one time he did, and he's like, hey, are you free? I really want to take you out to dinner. And I was just like, no, man, I'm sorry, but this is weird. Like, you were making me uncomfortable. I'm not into that. Sorry. But it got to the point where the supervisors ended up saying to everybody in the place I was working that if he calls, just to say I don't work there anymore, and then to inform me that he called, or if they see him, to inform me that they seen him, so I can go to the back, so I can just not interact with the guy, because it was just kind of weird. And this guy, he's in his 20s, at least late 20s, I can't remember, and I'm 16 years old. Like, that is just crazy in its own way. But at that point, he he kept calling, but he couldn't get a hold of me. So he started calling different departments other than the one I was in. And this one person, who obviously will still remain nameless, got called by him. And then she decided that she knew who he was and she knew what was happening, but she decided, yeah, I'm going to transfer him to you. And then again, I have to answer, and I talked to the guy, and he goes, "Oh man, I thought you didn't work here anymore." And I was like, "Oh man, you got to stop calling," and then he just hung up.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
But
think
that's not even where the story ends. But anyways,
No.
say what you're gonna say.
I think the craziest part for me is that it got so bad that your work was literally like, bro, literally do not
Really
tell
have a
this guy
stalker.
anything about.
Yeah, that's my first stalker experience, and I'm butchering it. I just because I can't remember it as well as I used to.
I
But,
mean, you shouldn't divulge too much into detail.
No, but for a long time, it didn't like I forgot about it because eventually they stopped showing up, and I was like, okay, cool, right on. Then I forgot about it. It was like months later, and I was in an electrical aisle, just I don't know, doing something. I don't know, probably nothing because that's what I am best at. And this guy comes up to me, and he starts asking me questions about how to get to a different store because apparently he didn't know where we are too well. So he's asking me how he would get to another store. So I ended up pulling up Google Maps and stuff like that, showing him like a direct route that he can go to get there. I was like, it's pretty simple. But he kept asking the questions and stuff like that. And as I was talking to this guy and I was staring at him for like a long time, like I was sitting there and I was just like, oh my God, this is the dude. This is that guy. And then instantly, as soon as it clicked in my brain, who it was, I was just like, oh, sorry, man, I gotta go. If you need help, you can ask somebody else. And then I walked away in a panic. I was super flustered. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what the hell is that? So then I can't remember. I think I either went on lunch or I immediately went up to the front of the store because I had to replace a battery for a walkie-talkie. But I can't remember. But I think I went on lunch and he was still there, and then I came off my lunch, went up to the front of the store to replace my walkie-talkie. But anyways, I notice that as I'm walking up to the front, like I turn around to go back to my department, and I see him, and he's still there, and he's following me, and I'm just like, huh? So then I ended up going a completely different direction through sports, and he follows like kind of like on the other side of the aisles, just walking with me,
Bruh.
looking at me as I'm walking through there. And as I'm walking through there, I talk to the department supervisor of that department, and I say, "Hey, man, that guy's back and he's following me right now." To the point where he ends up going to walk towards him. Then the guy turns around and walks away, right? And then at that point, we're like, "Okay, cool, he's leaving." Then I go back to my department, and I'm sitting at one of the desks there, and like I'm just sitting there. I'm like, "That's so crazy! I can't believe it's been so long since I've seen this guy." Then I look up and I see him across the store, across like a whole few sets of aisles, just staring at me from the other end of the
what
store.
the fuck?
And I was just like, bro, why? Why me, man? I was
Actual
like,
stalker
Yeah,
vibes.
I was like, why you have to... No. And also, I'm a kid. Leave me alone. Like, I was like, I genuinely thought, I was like, this guy's gonna fucking kidnap me. I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped when I go home today, because I was working a night shift, and I was like, I'm gonna walk out to my car, and I'm not going home. But like, oh my God, it's just so crazy. But that same supervisor ended up just going straight up to him and was like, you need to get the hell out of here, or we're gonna call the cops, dude. But like, yeah, that was my stalker story.
Was he at least
How-
hot?
No, I mean, he was all right.
Was he at least hot?
Not my type.
That's
but
the
how we
real
judge our stalkers,
question.
if
Yeah.
they're hot or not.
I don't think he wasn't ugly. I mean, I think he's better looking than most people. But like, not really my type.
Yeah.
And
How did he?
also just kind of creepy as hell.
You said he texted you and
Oh yeah.
called you or whatever.
Oh,
How
I
did he
forgot
get
to go into that. He found me on Facebook. Just off of my
Jesus.
first
Even-
name alone. And
even-
okay,
Bro.
so I guess I had my profile picture up, but he found me on Facebook, and my phone number was attached to that at the time. So that's how he got my personal phone number, and that's how he constantly was calling me all the time. And like, and then and also like as that was happening, I went into work. I realized that was the guy that kept calling me and texting me, being like, "Hello, Zach. Hello, Zach."
That's
I
crazy.
forgot to even add that. That's the
Legitimate
craziest part to me is that he went
stalker,
online and
Jesus.
cyber stalked me. Yeah, and like I just want to clarify that like I don't have a problem with gay men being interested in me. I'm a pretty open person. Like it doesn't bother me. But I was just at that moment I was very uncomfortable because I was like, this is kind of out of the blue, and then it just turned into something incredibly creepy, and I was just like, man, you gotta stop. I'm 16. That is weird. I wonder if he'd be into me nowadays though.
Yeah, I was just
Now
thinking,
that,
like,
now,
The
now
real
that
question, eh?
now I'm
This-
22 and I
this
look like
sounds
fucking
like
Carrot
a-
Top.
sounds like a potential dedicated listener. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
He's gonna be our.
You know
I think
what?
He's gonna
we
be tier
personally
1 on
try
the
and stalk
Patreon.
him now
Yeah,
and
you're
see
right.
if he'll watch us.
He can be the editor.
Ah,
Oh,
dude, thank
no.
God.
But
Now
then
I don't
it's only
gotta do
gonna
it.
be clips for Zach. Like that's
Hey, you know
worse.
what? If any of our listeners and nobody else in here, I mean, I guess kind of Trevor knows, reads Berserk, it's just going to be like what Griffith did with that one royal guy so he could get funding for the Band of the Hawk.
Oh,
All I
no.
got to do is sleep with him,
Bruh.
I mean, hey, if it works.
I guess. If he wants to
That's
be our editor,
crazy.
that's how I'll pay him.
I personally, I'm leaning between having a meter that tells me my estimated time until I have to shit.
I was about
Or-
to be like, what the fuck are you
Oh,
talking
we're back
about?
on that conversation.
Oh, I've been on this
Okay.
conversation the whole time.
I
Or
haven't even been listening.
a meter above everyone else's head
When they're going to shit.
that either how T minus till they have to shit, or how long since they have shit. Because I think shitting is the great equalizer.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, you know, like
What does that mean?
yesterday, for example, a coworker, he's sitting there. He's like, "To be honest with you, I really gotta shit," and I'm like, "Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Like every time you shit at work, you lose part of your soul. You lose something." He's like, "I know. I don't.
shit at work all
I
the
don't
time.
want
What
to,
do you
but I might have to." Yeah, because you're ginger. You never had a soul.
You
Uh,
have more
bro.
confidence than anyone reasonably should for shitting at work.
And then, one time I clogged the fucking toilet there. That
Woo.
sucked. That
Ah,
sucked. But the manager
beautiful.
was like, you know, I honestly think it was the guy who was fixing the door. And I'm like, you know what? I think you're just trying to make me feel better. But it worked. It was the guy who fixed the door. We'll go with that. But yeah, I think if I could look someone in the eye who's scary as fuck and see that they shit 45 seconds ago, it's like, that's funny. Like, you're still probably like walking a bit weird. You know, like
I
That's
shit-
the great
You're
equalizer.
still walking a bit weird.
I shit at 8:30 in the morning every day.
that is incredible.
I go to break at 7:45. I drink my coffee. I wait about half an hour after my break, and then I go to the bathroom, into the private family bathroom because I don't use no public stalls, and that's where I shit. And I don't feel if I come out of that bathroom and there's a family there waiting for me to get out of there, I don't feel bad about it. It's
It is
bad.
the
It's
great
bad enough
equalizer.
that we have to. Yeah, it's bad enough that I have to share a bathroom with customers. I was like, I'm gonna. I don't even like sharing the bathroom with coworkers or even people in the same house as me. That's
yeah,
the bathroom I shit in peace.
it doesn't feel good to sit on the toilet that you know many other people have sat on.
Yeah, and also I guess I have some bathroom shyness. I cannot, like, if I'm in a stall and in the other two stalls are filled with people taking a dump, I can't. I just can't. I
Yeah,
was like, I need my peace.
I remember my biggest. I went to a music festival fucking years ago with my dad and family, and my biggest fucking fear leading up to it was taking a shit in a fucking porta potty.
Nice.
But my
Oh,
body,
man.
I think a lot of people subconsciously have the ability to just suppress their shits until they are in a comfortable. Like, am I
Place,
crazy? Is that a thing? That
No,
you're-
no, no,
could-
no.
Like,
I
I think
totally
you're
agree.
right. Sometimes I cannot help it at all, and it's like I gotta go. But like, yeah, most of the time I think my body is willing or able to hold it, even if it feels like I'm gonna die. My body goes, yeah, it's all right. You can wait.
I really hope there's somebody
I've
listening
noticed.
on their commute to work, and they're like, "Yeah, these guys, they know what's up. Their
Yeah.
shit facts are top 10." Like,
Get the shit
Top
facts.
10 shit facts.
I don't know much, but
Number
what I do know.
10.
Burger
I
King
will
shit
say,
lettuce.
I agree with Mason in that every time I go on a road trip, like no matter how long, like sometimes I'll go all the way like across the province or to a different province. So like 8 hour,
You mean a
9 hour
different
road trip,
state.
Yeah.
a different state. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're American here.
so like I'll hold my shit in for like an entire. I won't even have to know that I'll take a shit. Like it just doesn't bother me until the last 30 minutes when we finally get to that town, and then it's like, all right, I'm finally in a good shit zone, and it's coming. Like the entire highway journey, it's just nothing until we get there,
I
and
swear.
I think that my body just suppresses it.
When we were in a mall in totally the States, I really needed to pee once we got there because it was like a 2-hour drive, which is nothing for other people that other fellow Americans. But anyways, the urinals that they had in that bathroom, man, they stuck out so fucking far from the wall. I was like, I can't hide my dick. Like I can't even hide it. Like they had these, what would you call them? Are they called partitions? They like separate
Yeah.
each. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had those in between them, but they stuck out past them. Like they did nothing. I was just like, I'm so exposed. So I just held it. I was like, I can't pee.
They're
I
there for
cannot
the
pee
style
here.
points.
I will forever piss in the stall.
Same.
yeah.
Honestly,
Don't-
1000%.
If I'm in a public bathroom, absolutely.
Urinals are for
But none of them were
animals.
available. They are, but none of them were available. So I was just like, I gotta try to use this. And then I was like, why is it sticking out so far from the wall? Why are they such a weird, not typical urinal-shaped urinal? It looked like an egg.
You know what? I kind of get the whole using the stall to piss because there's more privacy. But for me, if someone sees me go into the stall, they're going to assume I'm taking a shit,
That's
Good.
fine.
and
Let
I have
them
to
have that
assert
fear.
the fact that I'm not shitting. And so either way, I'm going to use the urinal if I'm pissing.
See,
That's weird.
I guess that comes from a point of view for me is that like that I don't care if people know that I'm shitting, like that I will gladly stink up a family bathroom for like children or
I am
parents to take
so
their
glad
children
you were
into
just
and
talking.
and not feel bad about it. So maybe that's why I
No,
don't
like
care.
I agree. Like if I gotta do it, I'll do it. But like, I don't know. Part of me, I just like have this own view of myself, and if it doesn't relate with how other people are viewing me, then I just get upset,
Oh.
and so I have to just do like what feels
I'm
right.
gonna
or
forever
what other
assume
people view
Kendrick
me.
is just shitting in the urinal now. It
Yeah.
has to be
I
done.
always shit in the urinal.
Yeah, true.
I think
does
I
the
can
opposite.
count the amount of times I shit at school on one hand, and I also feel like I can remember
too.
every single
You
time.
shit on your hand?
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
Like, was it just me, or the moment that you like sat down in the fucking stall, you're like, all right, so when's the lockdown gonna happen?
Well, considering like
Every
kids would
time I
fucking-
had that thought, bro, it's crazy.
It is.
kids
I,
would come
like,
in and fucking vape, do drugs in our bathrooms and stuff like that, and kick in the stall doors. Like, what the fuck? Who does that?
Yeah,
You
that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that's so. That's why I didn't use the school bathroom because I totally
I've never seen that.
I never kicked in the door on
Man.
one of my friends as he's taking a shit.
That would be an interesting guest. Someone who theoretically was the target of the stall door being kicked
The
in.
stall kicker.
Theoretically.
Why?
Twice.
Yeah. So yes, theoretically done twice to him by some assholes. You know, by two assholes.
By two assholes who are definitely in the States.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, us Americans in the states.
American.
And our president, Michael B. Jordan.
Who's that? Michael Jordan's our president.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
Elon Musk is our president.
Wow.
President
God
of
King
Twitter.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, let's go. Woo.
What do you think about that?
You
I
know,
don't give a shit.
his money.
I
Yeah,
literally
Being our
could
president?
care less.
couldn't care less. God. Anyways,
Any, well,
Fucking animals.
like, yeah, I don't
What do
honestly.
you say? Should of too? Fuck.
I don't honestly. I don't honestly care, because like I don't think he's gonna really make Twitter worse, and maybe there'll be some improvements. I
That's
think
impossible.
I think he's absolutely just a hypocrite, though, because he's saying that the left is suppressing other people's opinions and blah blah blah. Even though for the most part, it's just expressing banning like extremists and their ideas, because it's too extreme. But anyways, he's talking about this freedom of speech thing, but all the time, and they're like he will immediately put the hammer down and threaten legal action against any person that creates articles that are negative about him. He does it all
Yeah.
the time, right? And it's like in truth, like they're
Isn't
true,
that a
they're truthful
slap suit?
articles. What?
Isn't that called a slap suit?
Yeah,
Hey,
maybe I don't know, but like, yeah, he
Yeah.
bullies all these people into not talking negatively about him. So it's just kind of, weird. You
At
know?
the end of
What
the
a
day, he's
fog
a
gamer.
businessman, so he's
He's a
just gonna
billionaire
do...
that's serving his own purposes.
Exactly. He's
His
a
own
businessman who's gonna
Yeah.
make himself look good.
Exactly.
Personally.
And then, what? Are you
I-
an Elon head?
No, but I don't
But
think
But
yeah, there I go again with the. With the
Actually, you know what though?
But
He made me $1,000 from Dogecoin, so
that's crazy.
yeah.
Fucking the way I look at things, we're already fucked, right? Like there is no part of me that has any faith in any form of system. I think everything's fucky, and it's just a matter of time until we find out how fucky. So, when billionaires do crazy shit like buy Twitter, it is an entirely positive thing because it gives me something to think about and find funny for a few weeks.
I guess, hey.
yeah,
At the end of the
enough.
day, it's not like it actually fucking matters. It's a
No,
fucking
it's
social
Twitter.
media
If
platform.
Twitter turns into
Yeah.
4chan and it's just full
That'd be
of
crazy.
if it's just full of hate,
It already is.
well, yeah, it
Yeah.
already is.
Yeah.
But if it's full
Sorry,
of like
a shit
blatant,
show.
like I think there's an argument to be made of like, yeah, devil's advocate, let these people post what they want to post, but also learn to fucking recognize when people are schizo posting on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking reason to get engaged with people who are either obviously throwing bait or just like actually fucking crazy. There's no reason. Just let them be fucking crazy and let us laugh at them.
But I think the counter
Yeah.
argument to that, though, is the fact that now they're going to rally more crazy people, and
Yeah.
probably less educated people are going to now believe in whatever that person's saying, and then it just creates a larger group, a larger problem. Like, I don't disagree with that at all, but I'm pretty sure that's the viewpoint that these people take. Is like you're just giving them a platform to gain an audience, to just have reckless behavior, you know?
Well, then he also wants to like verify each user or something like that, right? Like not like the check mark, but like verify you're a human, like that type of shit, which is like, yeah, good for
Yeah.
bots, but also it kind of adds some accountability. You can't just hide behind
Yeah. I
your-
do
your
think that
Twitter
there's
at,
a lot of things that
but-
he could add that would be a benefit to the platform. Like, I don't think he could make it worse.
No,
I
I
really
think
do.
that's
Pretty
Yeah.
hard to make
Well,
it
okay.
worse.
I genuinely think he could.
He could, but I think it's doubtful that he would be able to, or not be able to.
I don't
That he
know.
would.
Personally, I'm not a fan of Musk.
No, neither am I.
I feel like I'd be pleasantly surprised if he made it nice, and that's great. But I'm just counting the days until he does something that makes Twitter worse, and then I
Yeah, I know.
don't know, delete my account or whatever.
Yeah,
So you can
absolutely.
say
Still
I
have it.
told you so? Like
I just don't have any faith
Kendrick
in
can
Musk.
take
I
his
think
very
he's a
big
hypocrite.
Kendrick can take his
My
for
very big
era-
eraser.
Yeah, his very big mistakes eraser. Push up his glasses like a fucking nerd and just be like, "I was right."
like that one picture.
I
What?
don't know. It would be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, at the end of the
I
day,
do
again,
think-
I don't give a shit. Like it's fine.
I can see the argument for a big billionaire bad, but also
No, you're just fucking Elon Pill. That's all you are, man.
I am, if I'm being honest. I am.
Yeah, get the
but that's
fuck
just because
outta
I'm stupid.
You fucking.
But-
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
also
That
I
is
don't,
at
just
the-
biased.
at
I
the end of
simply
the
don't
day-
give a shit. So if he does evil billionaire shit with his billions, I don't fucking care. I just don't care.
why not?
But if
Is
he
there
goes
not
to
even
Mars,
a single place in
that's
your
pretty
heart
cool.
that makes you care though?
Yeah, I was like, that's.
I mean,
if he does evil stuff with all of his money, of course it's a bad thing. You should.
well,
Care.
yeah, no shit, it's a bad thing. But like, is it to not be expected at this point? Like, I
Listen,
don't know.
him. No. There's certain aspects. I think it's more of like if he actually does truly evil things besides acquiring fucking Twitter, like
Oh no,
yeah,
Twitter.
like actual
Bought
crimes.
Twitter?
But yeah, when it comes to like big stuff like just stupid stuff like that, like him buying Twitter, like no, of course you shouldn't fucking give a shit. It's just some dumbass buying that has way too
Yeah.
much money buying a platform that is full of just morons. Like, it's really not an important thing. I also forgot where I was going with this point. So
About caring or
Billionaire
whatever.
man bad.
But
Well,
I don't know.
Build.
I mean,
Elon, yeah,
I
you are
can
Elon built.
I can kind of respect the fact that Elon is trying to get back into the space game instead of just like using it for something
Well,
else.
he's been that way. I mean, that's why most people are that and Tesla, but that's why most people are Elon pilled. Even hell, fucking
Yeah,
I was.
I don't
at
give
one
a
point,
shit about
just
Tesla.
because I like space, and I was like, hell yeah, someone's exploring space and stuff like that. Which to an extent I'm still like, but like, I think as time goes on, he's just kind of proven more and more that he's just a typical billionaire and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and has the same ideas
But the
about.
internet
He does.
thinks he's very funny.
Yeah, big
I don't
funny
think
guy.
he's funny.
posting
I think he's
updated
incredibly
memes.
cringy. Like
He
when
is.
90
That's
times,
what's
90%
funny,
of the
though.
time when he posts on Twitter, it's just like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm
I'm not
talking
gonna
all this
lie.
shit about him, but I still follow him on Twitter. So
Of course, yeah. I mean, you have to. You're legally.
He's one of the
obligated to use
5
Twitter.
people
If-
I follow
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Twitter.
If you saw like a burning train carriage, you'd probably
Yeah.
look at it.
it's why way back in the day I followed Donald Trump on Twitter because I was like, this guy's insane. I was like,
You don't follow him because you support him. You follow him because you want to see what he has to say.
yeah, exactly. Just the crazy shit that goes on.
Right now-
I think my opinion shifted of Elon Musk when the pandemic started and he was in how much he was just like, no, my workers need the work or something. I can't remember. I don't want to take it out of context. But I was just like,
Who cares
oh,
remember
about
that.
context?
and I was like, all right, yeah, he definitely is just big dumb billionaire.
Yeah, definitely.
He also claims to be socialist when he's clearly not. Like I don't get that.
I think-
people believe it and shit too.
That's weird.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
Why-
when Elon is looking over all the podcasts to invite guests to Mars, I'm just
We
saying,
can
I'm a
go.
big fan, Mr. Elon.
Oh
So,
my god, you're such a fucking pussy.
you know.
He is Elon. He is Elon Pill.
He is.
No, now
See,
I'm
I
leaning
knew, I
into
knew
it.
that from
now
the
I'm
beginning.
just now I'm fully. You're radicalizing me as we speak.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I figured. You fucking Elon Musk pilled piece of. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I like you said, like right now, SpaceX is the only way for NASA to get astronauts to the ISS. Like that's interesting, and the fact that it seems like it's close.
That's just super fucking American. Jesus.
Yeah, us fellow
I mean-
Americans understand where he's coming from.
I don't know. I it's neat. It's cool. Like the.
Sorry, we gotta rely on the billionaires. We can't rely on our own NASA corporation to get to space anymore, guys.
That's I was like, that's a whole other issue.
But-
There's
Yeah, that is a
terrible,
whole
Yeah,
other
there's
issue.
that's the
terrible
thing, though,
government
is, like,
funding.
Yeah,
Well, there's
Jesus.
also
If-
there's also Boeing. They're also doing this. So it's.
Well, yeah, okay. There's a
Another
bunch
private
of
company.
yeah,
sure.
and fucking Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos, Bezos's
God.
company.
You
and
mean the
then,
dick rockets?
Okay, well let's start the first socialist space program then.
Let's go. Now, in order for us to fund this, we're gonna need Patreon support.
So head on over to our Patreon, guys.
That
Do we even
doesn't
have-
exist.
I was
No.
gonna say we don't even have one.
The most views that we have on a video is 29.
Holy shit!
Damn.
that's-
If
well, yeah,
all
it's-
29
I
people.
thought
Hey,
it would be.
Yeah, I was like, that's better than I
fell
thought it would
asleep
be.
with the
And on
troll.
TikTok, and on
That's a lot more
TikTok,
than
which
I
is
thought.
less impressive, one video has like 417. That's not bad. And one comment, and the guy goes, "GP school of something? I don't know. GP Bridge School?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, that's the one. That's
That's
us.
it. That's it.
That's
Yes,
That's us.
that's the one in.
Oh, is it the one talking about the garbage can?
That's
I
the
found
one in.
that clip and I.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
the one in
that they're edited.
California.
What?
It's great.
Oh boy. But yeah, no.
Crazy
If you want to make us billionaires and put us in space,
Make us
We will
billionaires.
make
yeah.
us rich. Make us rich.
I promise to all fellow Americans, if you make us billionaires, not only will we go to space and conquer Mars, but I will also fuck Stephen's mom on Mars as
That's
well.
the more important one.
On
Mars.
That's
dude,
what I
On
need
Mars.
Here, honestly, now I can agree with this.
she will have the first child on Mars.
Exactly. The
I
first
feel like that
Martian
should
in
be-
history.
That's cool. I
His
like
name his name will be Trevor too.
that. Trevor. Trevor Old.
Trevor, yeah, Trevor. Old.
What do you think the worst case scenario is?
No one's gonna get that
No,
joke.
No.
probably not.
Like, what's the worst case scenario for an oversight that we had while we're trying to like colonize Mars? Like, what's the worst thing?
We actually send up a fucking serial killer.
I think
That
the
would
worst.
be. That's a movie.
Yeah.
That's a TV show premise.
Exactly.
Okay,
Immediately.
We're gonna send up some horrible people, and that's.
I
Gonna
think
be
the
issue.
worst thing that could happen is that during the colonization process of Mars, we fuck up so bad that it actually makes it either worse or it takes it longer. Or, I don't know, we awaken some eldritch shit and just fucking
Oh,
leads to
there
the
is.
death of the universe.
That'd be
So
cool.
on the surface of Mars, you can see. I want to say it's hot spots. There's a bunch of like warmer spots on Mars that all surround exits of caves, and you can't get a rover into a cave. I mean, you could, you just couldn't get it back out, and it wouldn't be able to transmit, obviously. So there's no way to like explore those until we get there. But a lot of signs point to something down there generating warmth that isn't necessarily just the core of the planet. Like there might just be. It's not. From what I understand from this video I watched, literally probably a year ago. Uh, it's not entirely impossible for there to be some form of atmosphere like in the caves,
Yeah.
which could harbor like bacteria or like just actual life forms that are just like vibing in Mars caves. There's also like a theory
be.
to kind of reboot Mars's atmosphere by detonating nukes at the North and South
At the
Pole.
north, yeah.
That's
at
what
the
Elon
poles.
Musk wants to
That
do.
is
You
just
really
an
are
Elon
Elon
pill.
Pill.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's funny, I didn't even realize that was a Musk thing. I'm just space.
Yeah,
Listen,
space.
it's a weird new
final
development
frontier.
for me. Like I said, I
Hey,
think,
no, that's rad.
I think every dude has like a space phase, but normally it's at like 11 to 15. I'm having
yeah.
mine at 21. So
That's alright. It's
Very
like a
you know.
midlife. It's like a midlife crisis.
I'm
yeah.
like crisis at 22. Jesus.
Steven just got back to me now. You know what? You want to know why he probably didn't join? I bet you he didn't even watch the movie.
I didn't
Motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the movie either.
See, Kendrick,
I
you're
did.
right. Let's go.
Yeah, I just watched it today.
I watched it and fell asleep when he was
I can't believe
racing.
this. We set something so we can talk about it, so we have something to talk about on the podcast, and all
Wait,
these...
didn't we say we'd
hooligans.
watch it in the last cut episode though?
We did.
What?
So none of this has
I
any
don't know what
impact
you're
anymore.
talking about.
Yeah, what
I
cut
wasn't
episode?
there for the last
Yeah.
episode.
What? I guess,
By
yeah.
the way, guys, I had a brand new idea. I think next episode we should talk about a movie that we're gonna watch.
All
and
right,
I'm determining
okay.
right now that it's going to be the movie is going to be.
Wait, no,
Fear and Loathing in
you're
Las Vegas.
completely missing it. Hold on. Wait, this is
He's
this is
balding?
the totally original idea. We're gonna randomize who gets to pick a movie to watch.
Do I get to go first?
No, I
again?
wanted to take the blame though.
What? Mason's the one that suggested it.
Yeah, it was Mason.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted it to be me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Anyways, what? Okay, so fine. We won't talk about the movie this fucking episode. God damn it! I'm gonna forget everything by the time we do the next one.
Watch it again.
We should
honestly,
just talk
I
about
watched it today. I already don't know what happened.
that
remember-
that movie's a fucking fever dream.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Fucking
it.
is.
I love it so much.
Like, I was literally watching it for like over 2 hours. And I was
Oh.
like, what in the fuck is happening? Like,
I did end up looking into it a little bit more and about the story, the who it's about with it, which is Hunter S. Thompson, who was like a new journalist or whatever that made what is it, like fucking Gonzo articles or Gonzo journalism and stuff like that. Just kind of over the top, still true, but with like fictional aspects, articles and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like the more I mean, it's kind of obvious in the film too. If you're looking, well, not even if you're looking, but if you're looking a little bit more, that it's really like a criticism or like just kind of how weird the American dream is, especially for the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a big
Okay.
commentary on that. But anyways, we don't have to talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that next episode. I'll fucking watch it again just so we know. But
We should-
anyways,
we
for
should shit
for
talk
our
Steven
viewers,
right now because they won't be able to hear him.
yeah, fuck you, Steven. Oh yeah, he's here. No, they'll be
Just
able to
joined
hear.
45 minutes late.
Yeah, 45 minutes late.
Damn,
You better
bro.
be sorry. Did you watch the movie? No, you didn't, I bet. Wow, one of that. Okay. That's all right. Anyways, hold on. So, viewers, what we're going to do is each week, or not each week, sorry, each podcast episode, we will decide on a movie that we're going to watch and then talk about the next episode. So, on our totally not deleted, or at least not recorded second episode, because this is the second episode, Mason has chosen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and that's what we're going to watch. We randomized who got the pick first, and now it's going to be me next, and then I'll suggest whatever movie we're gonna watch. But each episode, we'll pick a new movie, we'll watch it, talk about it when we come back. And if you guys want to watch along, you can, and then you can hear us form dumb opinions about stuff that we don't really know anything about.
This is gonna segue into a Pretty Much It ripoff, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think that's it's pretty much a
Yeah,
ripoff. That's the
exactly.
YouTube idea.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm calling it. It's pretty much a ripoff.
I mean,
1000%.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, I want to do that. We should totally do audio commentaries
I would love to do it.
and just have
Can
them
we
be
do
scuffed as
reaction
shit.
videos?
Dude, we should do Fortnite
Only a
funny
spoonful.
videos.
Fortnite funny, Fortnite funny.
You
Kevin
oh my
Spacey
God.
and Fortnite?
First you don't want to play sex with Stalin. Now you don't want to play Fortnite. What the hell, man? Do you not want to have fun?
You're
But
dragging
did
this
you?
podcast down, Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Steven's pretty anti-podcast right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. shows up fucking
Says the guy showing up late.
45 minutes late.
Yeah.
You should be sorry.
Is he gonna be recorded?
Papa
through Craig?
Elon is
Yeah,
disappointed in
he'll
you,
be
Steven.
he'll be recorded through Craig
Okay.
if it didn't cut out any of the audio this time, which
No,
it
it
probably
shouldn't.
I
did.
know, he probably did.
Yeah. Oh man. God damn it. God, I completely forgot that we couldn't talk about it this week. I'm just so excited to talk about.
I know.
the movie I want to
Movies
watch.
and stuff.
All right. Anyways, yeah, that doesn't.
Oh, by the way, I have a legitimate question. In the topics, there's Spooky Henderson. I know you guys got spooked at Henderson, but I don't know the whole fucking story.
Yes,
Ga-
give us the fellow American story of
Yeah,
Henderson. But
I
that's like
okay.
a long-winded story and stuff like that we have to
That
get
should
into.
be that is the next episode thing. 'Cause
Okay.
We're already
Yeah.
sitting at like 48 minutes, and I feel
Yeah.
like that has a lot more context that's needed.
If there's a topic I want to get out of the way because it's an old topic, let's quickly touch on the Halo cookbook because that's old, kind of.
Oh yeah.
So, basically what happened is the Halo, so 343 went through the process and made a Halo cookbook. The reason why it got a shit ton of flames is because Halo Infinite is incredibly underdeveloped for content, and the community is begging 343 to, listen to the community, which they're not. Instead, they're making a shitty-ass Halo TV show that has nothing really good to it.
I've
And
heard
they made
nothing
a
but good
Halo
things about that.
cookbook.
You're
Sorry,
nuts.
The only people I've heard shit talk that are people who are like baby raging that Master Chief took off his helmet in that.
It's more than that. Like, it's the fact that it's made from. It's an obvious cash grab. It's not even really that dedicated or much passion into it.
I want to ask the question real quick.
Yeah, that as well. What were you gonna say, Eric?
Others.
What the fuck does Halo have to do with a cookbook?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. The problem with Halo with making a cookbook is that it doesn't make sense because of two things. One, Halo isn't nearly big enough to actually have cookbook. Its universe is not big enough. Its fan base just isn't big enough. Star Wars works because Star Wars is fucking massive. And, it works
I mean,
because
if we
there's
want
a
to
shit
go
ton
off
of fans.
games, like Destiny has a cookbook.
Yeah, but
And I
the
would say
thing...
that genuinely works because it's a big enough universe for it. And, like, they actually have meals in the
You
game.
have to- you
But
have
the
to pay
second
for, like,
reason...
the last 100 pages though, and when you pay for the last 100, you lose the first 50 pages. Is that how the Destiny cookbook works?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to get that in.
No, that's alright.
No, that's
I
pretty
didn't know that, actually.
accurate.
That's
Fuck
kind of fucked.
Destiny.
But, like, the second reason why it doesn't work is because food isn't an intricate point in Halo. There's nothing to really do with food. There's a couple of, like, I don't know, Easter egg mentions here and there, but food has absolutely nothing to do at all in the Halo universe, unlike perhaps Destiny or Star Wars or any other type of,
Really, though,
Sci-fi.
at the end of the day, like, who gives a fuck about Halo?
I do.
Yeah.
True.
I was
It's
gonna
at
say-
the end of the day, it's just an obvious cash grab. 343 doesn't give a shit about their fans, and people big mad about it, and they have a right to.
Now listen.
Including
Now listen here.
Trevor.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for the cookbook and for 343. 343 did not make the cookbook.
No, they did not.
This is an independent person who got the rights to Halo to make a cook. It's the same person that made the Destiny cookbook that Eric mentioned. Like, this person just makes video game themed cookbooks, and yet everyone just kind of like flamed 343 because that's them not doing their jobs, even though they weren't involved in it.
Wild.
I didn't even know that
I
this
didn't
was.
even know
I didn't know.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know any of this was even happening. I didn't know that it was like a drama thing. I was like, why is Halo? I almost didn't even want to add Halo cookbook because I was like, who gives a fuck? I was like,
I only looked. I only like saw that like Critical made a video on it, and I was like, what the fuck? So I looked at it, and yeah, people were just
Why?
people in
Well,
the Halo subreddit are just getting mad.
Didn't
for no
343 support it though?
Well, I mean,
They might have. I mean,
I
they're probably contractually obligated
Yeah,
to because it's
yeah.
the same brand.
the amount of money.
are people
like,
like
they weren't
actually
involved.
that upset about it? It's just a fucking.
Yeah, they
People-
no,
yeah.
they were pretty
People were
upset.
pissed and memeing like a good.
I think
amount
the reason
on
why is
Reddit.
because they assumed it was made by 343.
My cookbook.
I think this is just a typical story. I think this is a typical story of people just giving a fuck too much about stuff that doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah, and especially about things that they're ignorant about, so they just get it wrong anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like
Alright.
I didn't know that the cookbook wasn't endorsed and made originally by 343. I didn't know it was made by some guy who had no recollection. So that's my bad.
Probably. I think it's
So this
literally
is a
the same
person
studios.
called like Victoria Rosenthal or something. I don't know if she made the Breath of the Wild one. I could probably look it up right now.
I heard it was really good.
She has a Fallout cookbook, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter. I don't see anything about Breath of the Wild.
This person figured out the infinite money glitch. You just get like
Yeah.
decently okay at cooking, and you just make cookbooks
Tie it to
for
video game
bullshit.
brands.
Like,
Dude,
here's the
we should do
Minecraft
that. Fuck this
cookbook.
podcast.
The
Money.
Bridge official cookbook.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Bridge Cooking TV show. Today we're making.
I mean, if we
fucking-
could do a joke episode eventually in real life where we're all doing a shitty cooking stream ripoff, I'd be so
I would
down.
do that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My biggest
I got a
dream
funny-
is
I got
to
a-
do that.
We could we could rip off like Cow Chop and do like whatever they're doing.
I think
I think probably like this is just a personal dream of mine because I think it would be funny if we got somehow big enough to the podcast and wielded a shit ton of influence.
When
if
we
we
get
got
big enough.
if we got Gordon Ramsay to judge our shitty ass dishes.
when we get Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, when we get
He would
Gordon.
probably
have
just.
aspirations.
It's okay though, guys. We just have to make a decent grilled cheese, and we'll outwin him every time.
The only thing I'm gonna say to that fucker when I see him is that you don't know how to fucking make a grilled cheese, man.
I don't know, man. That grilled cheese looked fucking good to me.
You're
Bro.
fucking dumb.
You're fucking
Kendrick, I
Gordon
gotta be
Hill.
honest.
You're
I think
fucking
you're a
Randy
little
Kimchi,
dumb.
Hill.
no, kimchi on a grilled cheese probably fucks.
No,
and I
I'm
don't care.
vegan.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah,
That's
honestly,
that's
yeah.
a smooth brain.
Did you say
level.
that's a Steven level of
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
it
it is.
absolutely,
It is.
absolutely. I'm glad
Oh.
we're coming together on this.
In my opinion, I don't give a fuck what cheese he uses. I don't
care
if
about
he
the
used some
cheese either.
fancy dumbass cheese. What is the issue with it then?
The fucking bread. It's like an inch thick, and it's not even like a proper smushed down grilled cheese.
It's
like
not even
two-
really cooked all
two-
the
Doesn't
way
have to
either.
be smushed.
It's just two pieces of bread on melted cheese, and like it looks
That's what a
like
grilled
dog
cheese
shit.
is.
Yeah, no,
Oh
his
my
looks like
God,
shit though.
Kendrick.
His is not a proper grilled. Man, you
I
don't know
don't think we
shit.
can be friends anymore after
Okay,
you
no,
said
no,
that about
question.
grilled cheese.
Listen,
What?
it's gonna taste fucking good though.
I
It
doubt it.
doesn't give a, who
There's
gives
gonna
a
be
fuck
too
how
much bread.
hell it
There's gonna be
looks?
way too much bread. I'm gonna bite into it and be like, wow, all I taste right now is just
Is
a bunch of bread.
Kendrick, you don't care when me, the overweight guy, criticizes your vegan diet, right? You don't care? You don't get offended?
You could, but it's probably still better than your diet.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
Got
Because you
him.
have
No,
no
you can
fucking
say
right.
whatever you want.
You have no fucking right to criticize a grilled cheese. You don't
No,
even eat
listen to
cheese.
me,
You don't
motherfucker.
eat
Listen
cheese.
to me,
I've seen
cunt.
the pizzas you order. I made your food, you psychopath. I know what you eat.
When I was growing, like in middle school, I would make a grilled cheese like every fucking day, son, for years.
Yeah,
That
it
was
probably
my shit.
sucked.
I'm the grilled
At
cheese
least
guy.
you didn't dip it in
You are
milk.
not the grilled cheese guy.
Why
All
would I
right, you are
dip it in
not
milk?
that guy, pal.
I don't know. That's exactly why he dips PB&Js
Gordon
in
Ramsay
milk.
learned how to
Hold
cook.
on. Listen, it's
All
not
I'm
like
saying
that.
is I
Hold
have
on.
every right to critique grilled cheeses.
I don't
Everyone
think.
yell.
No, I think everybody else here has a better opinion on grilled cheese than you do.
Jesus.
I think it's safe to say that
And
Gordon
also-
Ramsay learned how to cook grilled cheese through Kendrick.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Wow.
probably why it sucks so bad. But hold on. Yeah, I don't disagree, Mason, that dipping my peanut butter sandwiches in milk is a weird thing, but I don't dip grilled cheese sandwiches into fucking milk.
Well, no, I wasn't insinuating that. I said at least. I told Kendrick at least he doesn't dip them in milk
Oh.
because
Who
honestly,
says I don't?
it doesn't matter
Let's
whether
go.
it's peanut butter or cheese. The fact that
Yeah, here we go. No. This is a great point. Look at that fucking grilled cheese compared to an actual grilled cheese. You tell me, Kendrick,
All
that
right.
that grilled cheese is going to be better than the fucking bottom one.
It might be a bit bready, but it's gonna taste.
Nah,
like,
you're
still
wrong.
Pretty good.
Ain't no way.
I'm gonna leave before I start actually raging at you for a shitty grilled
You know,
cheese
I think I
opinion.
could still enjoy eating it, but I would switch out the bread.
No. I'm literally saying like the kimchi is gonna carry that thing. Like that. I'm looking at it now. The cheese is not even melted. Like it.
That's
Probably...
what I mean. It's like compared to a classic grilled cheese, that is not a grilled cheese, man. That's just a sandwich with cheese.
All I'm saying is that it's different. Even if he cooked it like shit, it's still different enough to warrant.
But he goes,
having
"This is a
place
proper
at the
grilled
table."
cheese. That is
A
not
proper,
grilled
yeah.
cheese."
And not only that, but if we can get past like the quality context of it, Gordon Ramsay is famous for making his food look amazing, and yet this just looks like shit immediately.
I can't believe that we're arguing about a grilled cheese sandwich.
And
Yeah,
this is
I love
content. I
Gordon,
don't
but
know
this is
what
the
you're
one
talking about.
time
Content.
where even I'm like, bruh.
That's a good question. Who would you die for? Because for me, it's Elon Musk.
You are such a fucking.
What the fuck?
I
I haven't met
uh,
anybody I'd die for.
I'd
It'd
die
be really
for
funny
I'd die
if it,
for
like-
everybody here.
You
No, I
fucking
would-
run away.
No, I would.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
would.
even die for myself if I'm gonna be real.
I wouldn't die for myself.
I'm actually
That
planning
guy
on
can
dying
die.
for myself.
That guy
Let's
can
go.
fucking die on his own.
Yeah, you'd run away.
Because listen, there's a difference between like actually like quote unquote fighting and like being fine with dying. Because like if you guys were in danger or anything, and it was one of those situations where only one of us
I
could get
doubt
out, I'd be fine staying behind.
I, for some reason, highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure if you were put into that situation, you'd be like, "Fuck no,
I'd
I
freak
want to
out.
live."
I'd freak out.
And then you'd
Don't get
leave.
me wrong, but I think if it came down to it, I'd probably be like, well, I guess I'm dying.
I don't think so.
How long
I
do you
think,
think we would survive as the sole group on Mars?
Not
Imagine
long.
2 hours at most. I'm gonna be.
I gotta be
real.
honest.
Okay,
I
wait.
don't even know if we'd be able to touch down.
I think all of us would die. I think the bigger question is who would die first.
It's like a 6-month
Steven.
journey
Oh, that
there
one's
or
easy,
something.
Steven.
Steven.
Yeah, it's like that's a long time. Why would I kill you? I'd kill.
Can
Oh,
barely
actually, you know
get
what? Yeah,
together
I'd kill
for a
you.
fucking
I'd kill you,
podcast.
Steven. Yeah, welcome to the episode of The Bridge on Mars.
Well, Steven would be 45 minutes late to launch, so...
Yeah.
True.
Steven
Yeah.
would literally get to Mars and be like, okay, guys, let's start making, like, weapons to take over Earth. And Zach would be like, nah, I'm just going to kill you right now.
Then I just kill him right then and there. And I go, this is what we're eating.
Yeah, we don't have any
Zach is
food.
the serial killer that we sent on Mars.
We have an entire ship full of food,
I was
and I'm just
right.
like, this
we
is
would
what we're
send
eating.
a serial killer to Mars.
Oh, no! The
That's why
worst
we're eating
fate.
Steven. And then Kendrick's going, this is really good.
And then he
Yeah,
realizes
come on,
that it's
guys,
real
eat it.
cheese. I wonder, could you go vegan on Mars?
Well,
Like,
I don't know.
You might have. What are you going to
I don't.
eat?
I mean, I
What
don't really
source
know.
of meat
like,
are you going to find on Mars?
I think
What source of
ideally we'd
anything?
bring
What source of
meat.
anything are
Like,
you going to find on
That
Mars?
is true.
There's a lot of
I don't
iron.
actually know like what
lot of iron oxide.
those astronaut foods like. I don't know what astronauts eat because they have like those like dehydrated like
Yeah, and I think it's a
like
mix of
food
that.
packets, right?
I bet you there's probably it's either that they tell you to suck it up, or there's probably an option out there you just eat a bunch
I
of
think there is. I think there's
supplements
like
with it.
entirely vegetarian options. I don't know about vegan though.
Yeah. Probably just
I
eat
think
supplements with it and all that, just so you get your nutrients.
I think
Yeah.
ideally what would happen is you start like planting shit, like
Yeah,
potatoes,
that'd be
like
the way
Matt
to go.
Damon did in that one movie.
That's real life.
Pretty
That
much. Yeah,
happens.
Yeah, that
That's the only
happens.
time we've been to Mars was to film that movie. So
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Taxpayers were furious, by the way.
Okay.
well, they have a very specific menu because it costs like $1 million.
It costs a
billion
lot to
dollars.
send up a fucking gram of food.
That is why what Elon is doing is cool because if we can get like cost per ton,
Shut the fuck up about
if
Elon
we can
Musk.
get the price per pound to sending things into space.
I
that
think
is
we
what
really
that's
should
what
bring
matters.
back the Mason ban idea. Honestly,
Yeah, I think
like
At
that's
least
a
I wasn't
solid
fucking
idea.
late.
Wait, hold on.
What are you talking about?
I
I'm
wouldn't be
so
allowed to
fucking
bring my
wrong.
peanut butter. I wouldn't be allowed to bring peanut butter sandwiches to Mars. I'm not going.
well, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm just ignoring everything this guy's saying right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I am listening, Steven. Don't worry. But when it comes down to who would die quick on Mars, I think I might be second or third because I wouldn't have pasta, so I don't know how long I would live.
Holy shit!
It'd be
Holy
Stephen,
shit.
then Trevor, then from there, who knows?
Based off the first Google result, this is what I found. Next time NASA sends astronauts to Mars in 2030s, they won't be eating freeze-dried food or liquid meals. That's so last millennium. Okay, buddy. On their projected mission to Mars, NASA astronauts will eat 100% vegan meals complete with fresh fruits and vegetables grown on the spaceship. That is, I mean,
That's
it
based.
makes sense because I think sustainable-wise, like, obviously, you don't want to have to rely on other living
Planets.
beings, other living beings on a planet that you're not even sure you can survive on long term.
Yeah.
Because that would be like a whole nother decade of research to figure out if cows and chickens could handle like reduced gravity, and they would have to have like, like that would be a whole thing. But like can a cow survive the G-force of leaving Earth's atmosphere?
Now that's
Like-
something I want to figure out.
Like, there's so many things. The Russians probably
I
already
mean-
figured that out, if we're being honest.
They sent a fucking dog into space, so I'm not.
And
that
it wouldn't be the
surprised.
first
It was
time.
the coolest fucking dog in the world for like a little bit.
And then it died, yeah.
Yeah,
It died horrifically of like super quick advanced radiation cancer, but it doesn't matter because it was the coolest dog for a little bit.
So now Mason wants to do space-related animal cruelty. He really is an Elon stan.
Yeah.
he literally
Oh, yeah,
wants.
It's
yeah.
not
to
the first time.
He literally wants Elon to put fucking babies in him.
Well, I mean, we can go that.
Well, I mean,
In him.
I mean,
Nice.
to be fair,
That's
I
a
think-
very Steven fucking quote.
Ask him about the submarine
Okay.
guy.
all right.
that submarine thing is a whole thing. We're not gonna get into that. but
Yeah.
we're-
Yeah,
it's a
no.
whole thing. Anyways, yeah, Emerald Mines. He built his entire life off dirty money. Who cares? Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Name-
I mean,
Give
fair.
me one
That's kinda
billionaire
like- that's kind
who
of-
hasn't
yeah.
built his fortune off of the backs of others.
Yeah, I make
There
my
isn't
$18
one. I don't
an
fucking
hour.
care.
I make my eight. Yeah, it doesn't make it okay, bud.
It isn't
I
okay, but that's
I
the
make
fucking
my
world we live in.
$18 an hour off of my orphan children.
I make my $15.25 an hour doing what I hate the most. So
Making salads.
I just laughed, and the waveform for the laugh is so fucking symmetrically perfect. Oh my god, hold on. That is incredible. Sorry, buddy.
What are you talking about?
I'm
There are
gonna spell
researchers.
Elon's name.
There are,
with
there
a
are fucking
waveform.
researchers on their way to come slap you right now.
Damn, bro. We have a lot of based opinions here, don't we?
Don't we?
I mean,
though,
that's
Jesus?
the natural evolution of a podcast. You get more
Yeah,
comfortable
true.
saying crazy shit, and then eventually
Yeah,
you get
and just
funny.
like your old
We're only
title.
2
or-
episodes in.
yeah, we're a bunch of white guys from we're totally Americans.
100%.
American white guys.
Yeah, exactly. Just average American white guys.
Yeah,
that decided that they have nothing else, so let's make a
Yeah.
podcast.
Exactly. We're Americans. We respect the red, white, and green. Yeah, that's it. That's the color.
Yeah,
Red,
and
white, and green. Yep, that's it.
Santa
That's the
Claus
flag.
is actually our president.
Yeah.
Santa Claus. Apparently, a lot of scientists are incredibly concerned about, obviously global warming. No news there, but apparently recently, when it comes to the ocean, a lot of scientists are incredibly concerned. They're saying if nothing changes within the next 60 years, there could be a mass extinction happening in the ocean that is comparable to the Great Dying.
Oh,
In
thanks,
fact,
Fox.
some reports say it might even be worse.
I mean, like,
Well, I mean that's
one of
not really
17
news either.
problems we have to worry about right now too. Like
The thing
the
is,
global
like-
birth rate is dropping at a scary amount too. That's
It's
just
'cause
like not
it's-
sustainable.
That's that's good though. We need it to keep
True.
dropping.
It's overpopulated
fuck
a shit
people
ton
who are
it
alive.
recently.
sounds good, but it's not good. It
How is it
sounds
not
good,
good?
because
Mason, go out and have a kid right now.
yeah.
How
Put me in
is
the
it not
direction
good?
of
I
someone
need you to tell
remotely
me.
interested and sure.
Yeah, I don't know. You could probably find someone.
That's what I thought too.
Ew.
Alright.
Yeah, because you're trying to build like it doesn't. It's like I said, it sounds like a good thing, but it isn't. And I'm like the worst person to fucking explain this because all I do is listen to things
We
and
all,
retain
every single
small
one of us
sections.
are. Every single
like-
one of us are not the person to talk about this.
From what I understand, it gets exponentially harder as a civilization to because we had like a huge boom, right? Shit tons of people. We're at like 7 billion, whatever the fuck. And now our society is kind of based on having those numbers permanently, and we're losing those numbers. And eventually, like in Japan, like most of their population is old. Like they sell more adult diapers than baby diapers in Japan.
Yeah.
Because like that's more and more people relying on others for like support and care, and less people being born and able to give that care, and it's just going exponentially with less and less people. So like, yeah, less people are fucking producing carbon emissions, whatever.
Well,
the
yeah,
fuck.
of course, they're still.
But,
Yeah,
like-
no,
I mean-
of course, it not being able to maintain a population is a problem and stuff like that. But I think when it comes to that, I mean, obviously, there are deeper root issues to why it's dropping. Mostly just because, like, it's impossible to be bringing a kid into this world right now, right? And there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
there's a lot of other things that are affecting that directly that need to be fixed before we start worrying about our not about us not pumping out some babies.
Yeah, like
Once
in
we
my
get to
opinion,
Mars,
it's
it'll all
like
be fixed.
look, we might. I don't know. My opinion is kind of like, look, I'd rather us kind of like shift focus on saving the planet, so that way, you know, we don't have to worry about future generations not being able to handle it that well.
As he's progressively speaking higher and higher pitch.
Yeah, sorry, that's something I do. I don't know why, but like, it's just. I think that's something we should kind of focus on more. Are we? Probably not until it's too fucking late, because you
Yeah,
know
that's-
humanity does that quite a bit.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the population being right as it is right now, or rising even further, is unsustainable. And it's going to be hard, as Mason said. Like, there's going to be a lot of old people that can't be cared for because there's not enough support on the other end. And that's going to be hard for a while. But I truly believe that it needs to go down. And, like, we suffer the consequences of that until we get to a comfortable spot.
Or
Straight
you
up.
know, or we
Straight
get
up.
or we
Okay,
get to a
so
breakthrough and
There's
get
a
to
thing
Mars.
called a replacement rate, which is where a population
Yeah.
can naturally replace its and it needs to be at least 2.1. And the U.S. birth rate is apparently well below 1.6. China is at 1.3. And like China's fucking huge with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it'll be interesting. I'm of the mindset of like it's not gonna affect me, so I don't care. And that's a really ignorant mindset to have. But it's one that's super
Well, yeah,
effective
also, what are you
for
gonna do?
ignoring global disease. Yeah, like what the fuck am I gonna do?
You're just gonna go start fucking knocking a bunch of people up and shit?
Like I mean,
You're
there's like no there's
You're
there's
gonna go
nothing
pay
we can
fucking
do.
yeah. You're gonna go pay fucking $300,000 a year on children.
You gotta
I
do
mean,
what
I
you gotta
do.
do.
That's what
I
my
guess.
child support's for.
That's an old
Uh,
callback.
That is.
Yeah, sure. You're still not getting paid.
Never.
But if we ever need you
Well.
again, we'll come to you.
Thanks.
Hey,
If,
Steven, how's it
uh,
going? When did you get here?
Yeah, you're late, man. You're like
You're
an
an
hour
hour
He's
late.
late.
about an
minutes
hour
late.
and 10 minutes late.
Wait, you're an hour 10. I'm an hour 13. Did I time travel?
Well, no, I'm at an hour 13 too, but he joined a few minutes ago. You fucking idiot.
Okay, buddy. Go eat
dumb-
your fucking grilled
dumb
cheese
little-
What
in
the
the
heck?
corner.
Dumb
you
man.
fucking
No.
loser.
Let the Elon Musk stand and the shitty grilled cheese person. Fight
Thanks,
it out.
guys. This is going to be the very last episode of the Bridge.
We're done here. See you guys later.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. Man.
Uh,
Let's get more political. I'm kidding.
Let's
No.
call it for episode 2 before we
Yeah.
actually get political.
You know what? Yeah,
Religion.
I think we're at a pretty good spot right now. So again, I mean, okay, again, well, thank you for listening to definitely the second episode and not the third episode of The Bridge. We appreciate it if you happen to listen to it. Also, again, to reiterate, if you just want to support us, like, subscribe, go check out our Clips channel. Also check out our TikTok. We'll be posting there, I don't know, pretty frequently and all that. And yeah, that's it. Anybody else want to say anything besides Steven?
Bees?
Nuts.